And Maxxxine fucking minx.
What is up, Woody Chocolatiers? Back for another video today. Today I'm reviewing Maxxxine. Now, if you haven't followed the trilogy of X, basically just quickly recap. X is the story of a bunch of porn stars. One of them is Maxxxine, the character, and she goes, they go to this house and they basically lie to these old people, and they tell them, they're like, hey, we just need to stay here or whatever overnight. And on their ranch they shoot a porno, and turns out crazy things start happening with the old folks and this and that. It's basically like a slasher, okay? And then you get Pearl, which one of the slashers, who's the old lady named Pearl in X, it's her origin story, it's her prequel, and both characters are played by Mia Goth, which I really liked. Everybody's been loving her performances. Everybody pretty much loves this franchise. X is a little iffy for some people. Some people love it. Some people go, it's all right. But Pearl seems to be the pretty much big staple because she has a big monologue in the movie at the end. It's like 7-8 minutes, and it's really, really good. Once again, because it's horror, you'll never get anybody, you know, like that with an Oscar nom or something like that. But that monologue was really great. And so here you have Maxxxine, where the titular character from X leaves and gets away, and this is her dreams of wanting to become a Hollywood star. And so you have her, other characters like Kevin Bacon and Giancarlo Esposito, people like that are in this movie, and I think this movie is really good. Now, before we get right into how good this movie is, go ahead and do me a solid, hit that like and subscribe button for more reviews like this on the channel. Thank you. And let's get into it. So, for me, I want to tackle something before I really get into how great this movie is. I hate Twitter. I know that's like a thing for people. I know that people say that they hate Twitter and they still get on it. Like me, I say I hate it and I'm still going to get on it today. I already know. But it's just really like, it really makes me mad. Film Twitter especially. So leading up to Maxxxine, because I saw the early access showing on Wednesday night. This review should actually be out the next day. I'm doing awful at my side gig. But I see on Twitter these so many people, okay, hyping it up, going, oh man, I love X, I love Pearl, Ty West, Mia Goth, oh, it's so great. And Maxxxine came out and I guess didn't blow them out of the water, and they didn't see some crazy like super mucho twist or something, and they are like, oh yeah, Ty West is overrated, don't see really anything good with Mia Goth. And like, they're talking about the series as a whole. Now they're acting like they hate X and Pearl, the same people that hyped it up just last week, okay? And so I'm here to tell you that if you are new to the channel and you, like I said, want to like and subscribe for more, I don't do that here, okay? We might have some personal biases. Like, for example, when the next Doom movie comes out, probably going to give that a 9 or a 10 dead ass. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and hype up a franchise. Like, I get opinions change, but like in a week. Like, for example, I like Halloween 2018, and I can tolerate kills because I do like the kills in that movie. But I don't love Halloween Ends. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to go and say, oh my God, 2018 sucks. Like, dude, I can still say that 2018 is good. And I feel like a lot of people can't justify that. Like, even like Game of Thrones, people don't like the last season. Okay, still a good show. They just say the whole show sucks. No, the last season sucks, not the whole show. And so as far as with X, coming from somebody that did like X, really loved Pearl, and really loved Maxxxine, I can say that this movie is worth your time if you ignore those people. This movie, I feel like, has a good payoff compared to, but see, there's a lot of similarities with Pearl, because going into and even me leaving, like even my out of theater reaction, I kept saying that Pearl wasn't needed, but I think it is needed for this film. When you sit there and watch Pearl, you see a character, being the old lady in X, that, you know, wanted to be a star, wanted to do anything to be a star, but ended up going crazy trying to become this and that. And so in this film, you kind of have Maxxxine rise in those ranks. Like, pretty much in the opening of the film, she one of the things she does is goes to an audition, and she nails the audition. And you already start seeing from the opening 5-10 minutes that Maxxine's doing everything it takes. She's working side jobs. She's working nonstop. Characters even make comments about how much she works and how, you know, she even tells herself, she's like, you know, until the sun's down, you basically gotta get your money up, okay? And so I really did like that. I like how they bring in some of the televangelist stuff from X, because I was hoping that they could connect that plot point that was left in X. Now, one of the complaints I heard was that there's a lot of side plots going on in this movie. I don't know what they're talking about. So they do talk about the Night Stalker in this film, but that's pretty much just because the killer of this film, who I won't spoil, is basically framing the Night Stalker, and that's not a spoiler. They pretty much show you that in the trailer. It's somebody acting like them, okay? And so I don't really know what the side plots are. So, for example, I guess people were talking about the two police officers. I've seen that a lot on Twitter, and it doesn't make any sense to me, because they're just two cops just looking for the killers, and they just happen to be in a movie because they're looking for the killers. Now, they didn't have to be such a bigger presence as what they were, but they only have like really 4 or 5 scenes that are just, you know, kind of like 5-ish minute scenes, 6-minute scenes whenever they show up. But I didn't see it as a plot point. I wasn't like, oh man, I want to follow them. Like, you don't really follow them. The whole film you follow Maxxxine. And the only other plot points I would say that you have is the fact that Maxxxine has multiple plot points. So Maxxxine has the acting, like I said, she's trying to find this killer while also running away from this killer, and then that's when Kevin Bacon comes in. Now, Kevin Bacon steals the show for me. Kevin Bacon is a PI hired by the unnamed killer, and basically he is, from what you see in the trailer, he's trying to blackmail Maxxxine. Their interactions with each other is so fun. Like, there's a restaurant scene that I just think's great with them, and there's also kind of like a chase scene on set. And just every time Kevin Bacon shows up, he steals the show. I haven't seen him in anything in a while, actually, now that I think about it. I think the last thing I saw Kevin Bacon in was the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Also really great content, so Kevin Bacon's killing everything he's been playing in lately. But this movie is just, like, I'm just kind of confused what people wanted. Because you get great performances, you get a great soundtrack, pretty much everything that you wanted. Like, I don't know what else they wanted to pay off from X. X could have ended the way it did with no prequel, sequel, nothing, and could have just called it a day, but they continued. I'm like, I don't know what else they wanted. Like, even like with this ending, I was like, I'm satisfied. Like, what did people want? They didn't want her to turn to like a superhero or some shit? Like, I don't know what they wanted. People said the plot's all over the place, pacing's all over the place. Like, maybe people want more stuff like Night Stalker. Maybe that's it. I do feel like pacing towards the beginning is off just because there are characters that they introduce that they just kind of go, okay, they just got a cameo. Kind of like that, but that's really a tiny complaint. For me, I really enjoyed this movie. I don't think it's anything like Shakespearean. I don't think it's like the top of the year. You've got movies like Gladiator 2 coming out this year, stuff like that. I don't think it comes anywhere close to, you know, films like Challengers this year, Dune, you know, stuff like that. Like, there's other movies I enjoyed more. Like, for example, in the horror genre, I think Abigail's better than this film. But I don't really know what else more you could want from this movie. If you really like X, you really like Pearl, you really want a good, decent payoff, something that's not going to piss you off, like most A24 endings are, I think that you'll like this movie. I think this movie doesn't waste your time. I think it has a great performance from Mia Goth once again, and I think it's worth your money and time. And with that, please like and subscribe for more. Thank you guys for helping me reach 100 subscribers. We're trying to get to 200 next. And with that, I'll catch you guys on the next one.
I love my popcorn. Movies, popcorn.